my name is Ricky Coleman. This is my school report for Lee Middle School in Coweta County, Georgia. Alright, we're going to be discussing the CRCT score report for the 2013-14 year. The CRT is a summative selective response test. It tests how well students learned and retained information on the Georgia Performance and the Common Core Georgia Performance Standards. It tests 5 subject areas: English Language Arts, Math, Reading, Science, and Social Studies. With the scoring for them to not meet, they were below 800 points. For meeting, they were 800 to 849, and then exceeding was 850 or above. Okay, I chose to do it for the 8th grade year. These were students that had been with us for hopefully 6th and 7th grade year. The data in yellow represents the number of students tested in each subject area, and then the red areas depict the number of students who met, did not meet, or exceeded in each of the subject areas. Okay, data by gender. Our males tested more poorly than our females did in all 5 standard areas. So the males didn't do quite as well as the females. Okay, by race and ethnicity. The blue stars represent the subgroup with the least of students who didn't meet in that subject. So you can see that the white students did typically better. All students did well in reading. It was the best tested area in all of them. And it was strange that our Hispanic population tested best in ELA. Okay, and then, like I said, the reading, we didn't have any that didn't meet. Okay, disability status. Our students with disabilities, they had a much higher incidence of not meeting in all test subject areas. So this should be a population that we need to focus more on. Economic status, unfortunately, this does play a role into our population and the testing ability of our students. They may not have what they need at home. They may not have anybody at home to help them. So they had a higher incidence of not meeting as well. Additional data. In order for a subgroup to make, it had to have at least 10 students in it. Therefore, we didn't have data for Asian students, for the Native, Hawaiian, or Pacific Islanders, for the students that were 2 or more races. We also didn't have enough to make a group for limited English proficiency, which is good. That means most of them are proficient in English. And we had no migrant students at that time. Migrant students are students that come in and their parents work in an area for a short period of time and then they move on. So we didn't have any of those. Areas to celebrate. Like I said, the reading was a very good spot for all of us. Most of the students passed on that. And with the exceeding part, we had a high level of our students to actually exceed on the standards. All right, areas of concern. Science and social studies were areas, high areas of do not meet. A lot of people think this could be attributed to those being the last 2 areas that are tested. Some feel that it's because students feel those 2 don't count in order for them to be promoted. So those could be possibilities. Our Black or African American students who were disabled in whatever way and were economically disadvantaged, they had the lowest scores in all test subject areas. So that's another population we need to focus on. All right, any questions or concerns? None? Okay, thank you very much.
Yay.